Hello friends and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my channel IBOL Designing Developer. My name is Inshal Beg. I am a full stack developer and graphic designer. Today I will show you how to build one credit card fraud detection project in Python, means in data sciences. And I hope you will also enjoy this project like I enjoyed my previous projects of Python and the clones which I have just do in live stream. And I hope you will be also enjoy many of the other things and projects and clones which I will be uploading in future. But before that, you have to just, if you are new to my channel, so please hit the subscribe button, and after that also hit the notification bell, and please also just get all the notifications of my video. From that you will be getting all the notifications of my video when I will be uploading, and it will be also help for you and it will be also help for me, because from that you will be learning more new things, more new clones and more new projects of every language which I will be uploading in future. And I hope it will be really helpful for you, and it's also give you opportunity to just go and apply for a job or just take some job, and from company you will be also getting some of the job opportunity for languages which you are learning on my channel, like Python, JavaScript, React, HTML, CSS. Many are languages here. You can just go to my channel and check that out. And I've also uploaded many of the other tutorials and many of the other projects also related to other language. You can also see if you are just new here on this video. And also just like this video and just share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. But first of all, you have to just hit the like button of this button, means of this video, if you are just new on this video. So please hit the like button, which is really important to do here. So now we can just start with our like credit card fraud detection project, which we'll be making in data sciences. Okay, so like I've telling you previously, when we are building Python projects, like forward on we will be starting data sciences in Python, which should be just having a big projects. Like this project of Python will be just made in like 1 hour and 10 minutes, like that we will be making that. And it will be also take some time to just including things like import, then print, and many of the other stuff which we will be uploading in future. And I hope you'll be enjoying that things also which I'll be uploading. So just practice that all things here. So now I'll be just showing you the like front page of that, how it will be look, and I will be also showing you like what things do you want to just download for that, means what packages, libraries in Python you have to download, and many of the other projects like of data sciences I'll be bringing in future, and that will be also really long enough here. So just you have to take care about this. It will be take some time to just make, but here you have to just try your best to just make this project which we are making, because from that it will be just really good practice of your like in Python and like many other languages which you will be doing in future. So just you have to practice that all things now. So we can just start with our credit card fraud detection project. So first of all, you have to do one thing. Obviously we'll be making a Python file here because we are building a Python like project. So now for building a file of like credit card fraud detection, first of all you have to do one thing. You have to just press right click on your Python project here. Then you have to simply go to new, and just you have to do one thing here, like you have to just go to Python file here, simply press that, and then you have to do like, okay, so I'll be doing that again. It was just closed, because if you just put your cursor anywhere and just press that on this screen or anywhere, so it will be just gone. So take care about that. And here I'll be just writing the Python file name. So here take care about one thing, like in that we'll be also using Excel, okay, because Excel is a main thing in Python when you are working with any of the data sciences projects. So Excel is also having a big hand of like using these things there, but you will be writing all the codes in like this PyCharm, text editor and Python. But Excel, just we will be just using that to just see our data is coming or not, or it is going or not, or what it is looking. So we can just use Excel for that to just doing these things there. And we can also spread our sheet with that if you having like your code is not good. And you can also take some of the chart, graph and many other things from Excel to just Python if you want to. You can just export that or import that from there, and it is really helpful for you also. So you can see now there is coming like new Python file name. So you can just simply give the names, like you can just write detection. So here I'll be writing, and you have to not write .py like I've telling you, because it is obviously it is just writing .py. So you don't have to just write .py, because it is a Python file which we are making, and we are also working with Python. So simply I'll be doing one thing. I'll be pressing enter to just make this file here, and you can see automatically it generate detection.py file, and I have not written any of the .py at the end of this detection which we have written. Now I will be zoom in so you can see my codes. Okay, so here I'll be zoom in. So now I will be showing you the like interface of when we'll be just opening the data in our Excel, so how it will look. So here I've just already opened the data which we'll be just getting in that. So you can see we are getting the data of like that, and it will be giving you all the data of your credit card which you are working with. Okay, and it will be also giving you many other things of your credit card, but it will be not giving one thing, like it will be not giving the numbers. Okay, means the serial number of that, so take care about that. But it will be given the amount, time, date, and everything like which you will be needing, means the time of user take the amount from your card, and the time of like you use your card, and how much money you have taken from your card, and how much balance is in your card. And you can use only the credit card in that, because this is a credit card detection. If you are using debit card or visa card, so it will be not used. So take care about that. You have to just only use credit card for that, and I've just already linked credit card, so take care about that. And if you want to just link debit card or visa card, you have to just link with that also, so you can just link that here, all the things, so it will be good for you. Now you can see we are getting many other things here, and we are also getting like these serial numbers of that here. So now you can see we are just getting the amount in minus, because here I am not using my original one credit card. Like here you can see I'm just using a local one, which is just obviously provided from Python, so you can also take that to just practice. But if you are just professional in that, so you can just use your own card, because I'm just saying this because here when we use our own card at the first time, so we don't know about the things what will happen, and it will be just also take means it will be also less some of the amount from your card, or it is taking amount from your card, or you can also take the account means amount from your card, and you don't understand like what is happening with you. So take care about that. You are using first of all testing card, then if you are just professional in that, then you can just use your own card to just apply these things on that. And you can also use any other card if you are just working with. And you can see there is amount coming 0 0, and these all the things like class and everything is coming 0, because here I am just like telling you I'm using a like a simple sample of the card of credit card, so you can also use that simply. Now you have to take care of one thing, like you have to just make the Excel file in CSV, because when we just make any file of Excel, so we are getting another version of that. So take care about that when you're writing your file name, so it should be just save in .csv, which like we write when we are saving in Python file or anything like that. Simply I'll be minimizing that. Now I hope you understand like what things we'll be getting when we'll just building that, and then we'll be first of all running and checking it is working or not. Then we'll be going to Excel and just extracting our data, means we'll be seeing all the things which we are getting and many other things also. So I'll be zoom out so you can see. Okay, so I'll be zoom in. So just if you are not means worry with that, so you can just comment me down like if you want more zoom in code, so I can also do that here, but I think it is enough. You can see that all. So now simply first of all I have to import these things. So this file which is just coming, it is the like sample file which I have just worked with, and I've just also linked with my Excel file. You can see that there is the Excel file here. This is the folder of Excel file where I've just put that. Then after that we are just getting a credit card.csv file, which we are just getting our Excel file name. So you can also do that here. So I've just linked that, but we'll be linking another file, so I can just show you what things will be coming here. So simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to my desktop here, then I'll be pressing right click on that, go to new, and then you have to do one thing here. You have to just make a Excel file. Okay, so here there is Microsoft Excel worksheet, you can see. Simply I'll be pressing that, and here I'll be just erasing all the names because I want my file in CSV. So simply I'll be coming here, then I'll be writing another thing which should be like credit card, and I'll be writing .csv. But take care about that, you don't give any of the space here. If you do that, you can do that, but it will be just really like things like that, and you can't just understand that. So it is just asking like you are changing the name XSL, which is a like random name of Excel file, to just CSV. So you are just confirming that. So if you are just confirm, you can press yes here, or if you don't want to, you don't press that. So simply I'll be pressing yes, and you can see it. I just generate this file of like in CSV. So if I just press that, there will be nothing coming, because like I've shown you, there is not anything like that. So you can see there is giving error like sorry Excel can't open two workbooks with the same name at the same time. Okay, because here these files are like with the same name, so because of that it can't open. So simply I'll be doing one thing, like here I'll be changing its name, because here if I do that, so it will be just mix up of both of them, and you can't understand what is the real one. So I'll be writing card of them. So simply do that, go and open this file, and it will be now opening, because now it was just given error. So you can see this is asking like the file format and extension of card.csv don't match. The file could be corrupt or unsafe unless you trust its source. Don't open it. Do you want to open it anyway? Okay, so you have to do one thing here, like you have to press yes, because it is just given the warning of that if you are just using the CSV file, so it will be given error. But my choice is to just use that because there will be not any error or anything like that. It's just fake. It is just telling you to just delete that files here if you are just having, and when you just open two CSV file, then this error come. If you are just working with one CSV file, nothing happens. You can do that. So you can see this card.csv file is not having anything because we have not put anything in that here. So simply I'll be not doing work with my Excel, I'll be doing work with my Python. So here now I'll be closing this Excel file here, because then I will be just opening when the data is just coming in my card.csv Excel file. Simply open your PyCharm text editor here, and you can see here it is. Simply I'll be pressing that, and you have to do one thing here, which is the main thing to just work with data science, which is called pandas. So you have to just download this pandas, because here we are just having a big hand of this pandas to just use that in Python, because it is a main part which we have to just use in our data sciences of Python. So simply I'll be writing pip, when you will be writing pip install, and you have to write pandas here simply like that. So when you will be writing that and pressing enter, then it will be created, means it will be just installing your pandas here. So take care about that. When you create, just press enter, then it will be created, and you can also create many other tags with that, and it can also update that if you are having like old version of that. But I've just already updated that all things like in previous projects, like I've shown you, and like I've told you also, this pandas have a big hand to just work with that things. And you have to also do one thing, like we have to import pickle and many other things. You can see like pickle logging. We go here and write pip install, just write here pickle like that, and you have to press enter, then it will be also update or install if you don't have, or if you have that, so you don't have to do nothing, things like that. And if you are just working with numpy, so you have to also download that, because here it is also having a big head like pandas which we are having in data sciences. So you have to also use this numpy which we are just using with data sciences, which is really important to do here when you're working with Excel sheet or anything like that, because it just helps you to just import and export data from every Python sheet or Excel sheet which you are working with. And it is also having a big head like I've telling you. And here you have to also download like logging. Okay, so this is a also command. Okay, so this is not the spelling. So this is a command from which you can just work with, and it is also really helpful command which just helps you to just install that, and from that you can just log in your like Excel file or your Python file, and you can also link with that here. So we can just move on to our Excel file and Python file simply, and you can see we are also having a loading in credit card.csv, means it is a demo, but we'll be putting this loading on my card.csv file which I've just generated on desktop. So simply first of all I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just understanding you these tags here. Okay, so you can see these are the tags which we'll be using to just extract data and importing and exporting things in Python file and in Excel file. And these all files having a same version, means same things and same updates which we having in the previous files or datas. And you can also see this is just print starting, it is written, because when we open our file, so it will be just starting to extract our data, means it will be just having a data on our front end. We can just see that when you just writing any of the data here. First of all I'll be doing simply one thing, like for just doing that I'll be going to my detection.py file, and here I'll be importing the things which I've just downloaded, and I've telling you how to download that. So simply you have to do first of all like import. So here I'll be going that, and you can see there's certain import pickle, so you have to just download that, and it will be just having a like icon of that. If I just show you, you can see it will be just having an icon of this sign. But if it is just having a icon of like directory or dir, so don't press that, because it will be taken to the like directory of pickle. If you are just made your directory in the same location where you have just made your file of data sciences, so just don't pick the like directory one which you are just given with the same name. Just put the Python file here which is just having icon, small icon of this Python file, you can see at the left side. So you have to press that, and then it will be just generate. So when you've done that, you have to come here again, and we have to import one thing again. So simply I'll be writing import, then I'll be just going to this file, and there is written logging. So simply I'll be writing, so this logging is a dir, because here you can see when I'm just writing that here, so you can see it is a coming a dir icon here at the first, means at the left side here before L, you can see that. Okay, so here if I write logging, so it will be just generate in dir, means directory. So you can see we have just done that. Simply come underneath create import, then I'll be just going here and just writing here like pandas, and I'll be also writing as PD, because here this pandas have a short form of this PD here. If I just move here, and you can see it is perfect. So I will be coming underneath here simply, and you can see it is working still here. So just if I move on here, so it is good. So I'll be now writing like import numpy, because like I'm telling you, this is also having a big hand to just work with these things there. So simply I'll be just writing that thing also. Then I'll be just now import some things, but before that you have to just go to terminal and install sklearn. Okay, so just erase that here. Right here, pip install sklearn. So when you just written that, you have to press enter and it will be just update or install. If you are having update of that, so it will be update, or if you are having a install of that, so it will be install in that. So simply it will be just take some time to just install, and then it will be just install some of the like minutes, or you can say seconds here. Then you can also run that here, but we, like I'm telling you, we will be running simply from our Excel sheet. So I'll be coming here and importing means from sklearn. Here I'll be writing, so this sklearn is not downloading that or update. So simply I'll be doing one thing, going to terminal here, then writing pip install sklearn, simply press enter now, and you can see it will be take some time to just installing this, like this sklearn which I've written at the top, and it will be also installing some of the packages with that. You can see it is having a list also of that what things which will be installing with this like this sklearn which we have written, and you can see now it is installed. So simply I'll be coming, writing xk learn. So when you've done that, you can see now there is not having any error in that, and everything is just perfect, and change its color because this sklearn is also having a big hand to just update that things. So simply I'll be doing one thing. If I write that again sklearn, so just go forward here and you can see nothing happens. So I'll be now writing like dot utils, and when you've done with that things there, simply I'll be coming here and importing shuffle here. So just write here import shuffle. So this shuffle is a tag which you have to just import over here. So now if I just do one thing like go to terminal, and if you don't have this shuffle, you have to install that by writing pip install shuffle, and when you've written that, you have to just do simply one thing, you have to press enter, and it will be take some time to just install this shuffle, and it will be installed that in some of the few seconds, you can say, like we have just installed this sklearn before. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be going simply here and you can see everything is perfect. So I'll be writing from, just go forward here, and then I'll be just writing like I am, and here I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be just coming here and I'll be writing learn. So simply when you've done that, you can see there is giving error because it is not installed in that. So simply I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be going to terminal, writing pip install, and I'll be just doing one thing here. First of all, I'll be going here and you can see there is written imb learn. So here I'll be just coming here and writing imb learn. So when you've done that, press enter now, and you can see now it will be take some time to just install that here, or if you don't have update, so it will be also updating that here. So you can see it is taking some time here, and it will be just really big enough to just install that. So because of that it's taking some time, but it will be just installing. You can see now it is downloading and it is also installing some of the other things. So now it is installed. So if I write that again, and you can see it is having a directory thing like that. So simply I'll be giving space from here, then right here dot oversampling here, which is just a command. When you download this imb learn, then this command oversampling will also just automatically appears when you just download that. So don't care about if you want to just download this. You have to download this shuffle here, which I have just already downloaded and not having any of the update in the future. So because of that it is coming, but I have to also download that if it is having any update version, but it is having update version and I've just installed that. So because of that, with this imb learn, it is just having this oversampling tag also. So now I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, writing import. After that I'll be coming and then writing here like this tag. So this addition is a tag like from which you can define this imb learn. Okay, means you can define imb learn skills with this addition tag in the end which we have written, and it is also having a big hand to just define that things. And now I'll be just coming underneath here, just I'll be moving here and just I'll be writing print, just create loading. Okay, so spelling should be perfect. Then here you can see there is a like card.csv, but the problem is coming here, like if I just show you. So I have to do one thing here, I'll be going to new and I'll be going a text document I'll be making. So simply I'll be renaming that, but I'll be just changing the rename to like detection, but I'll be changing that to py, means Python file, because here I want to just make that in Python file. So I can just means I can just do changes in that, because this credit means this card.csv Excel file is in my desktop, and this file, okay, so if I just show you, this file of detection.py is on like another location of local disk D, but my desktop is on like local disk C. So simply I'll be copying these things here, closing this detection.py file, and I'll be going here and opening this detection.py file here in my PyCharm text editor by moving that over to my console. So you can see now it has opened. So you have to paste all the thing which you have just copied, and you can see simply it is done. So now we are just defining card.csv file here, and we are just also defining loading in that. So there will be loading coming here. So now when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, then I'll be just coming moving here also, and then writing data equal, and then just define pd, and if I just move here and write dot read, just write this underscore here, then write csv. So simply when you've done with that things here, I'll be writing here like card. Okay, so here if I just define card.csv, but the problem is coming here, like we have to just first of all define these things here. So there is coming detection.py, then if I just define canva one dot, okay, so if I just press right click on that, this certificate folder is coming here. So I'll be doing one thing here, like first of all if I just write here like v, so I have to check one thing, like it is working or not. So this Python logo is coming here, so if I just check that, okay, so nothing is changing like that. So if I just write r here, so here robinhood.png, so if I just show you, so now here there is not things like that here. So simply we are just getting this thing in downloads here, you can see. So now we have to not define the download things here. Simply I'll be coming here, going to Excel. Okay, so I don't have to go to here, I'll be going, then I'll be just defining here like one thing here. First of all I'll be defining another thing which should be just C. Okay, means I'll be defining C, and then I'll be defining users, and here I'll be just defining desktop because my thing was in desktop. Okay, first of all I'll be defining my name here, which is the directory of that, then I'll be defining desktop in the end, and here I'll be just writing that to card.csv. Now you can see it has linked. Now we have just linked our card.csv file, which is just of Excel successfully. Now I'll be going to my PyCharm text editor again, go to this file, and simply I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just making comment, so I can just generate some of the thing which I have to just create. So here I'll be writing create data frames, then after it I'll be changing this to like of only fraud, and just when you've done with that things here, I'll be writing and normal, and when you've done that, just I'll be going forward here also, and then changing it to like transaction. So here when you're done with that things here, you have to do one thing here, like I'll be just going here and just I'll be writing here dot also. So here I'll be just doing one thing here, like I'll be coming here and I'll be writing that also, and I'll be changing that to like shuffle. So when you've done with that thing, first of all just write it correctly. So we have done with that thing, then I'll be writing them. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath here, and when you've done with that thing simply, so here I'll be just going to this first file which we are working with, and here now I'll be defining a fraud. So it is not a tag in Python, it is a tag simply which I am defining for just defining the things after that, and I'll be writing a shuffle. So like I've telling you at the starting also, like this shuffle is not any of the tag here, we are just having this tag when we download this Haskell and utils, but you have to download that separately here because it is not having any of the update version or anything like that. But these IMB learn oversampling and this addition, we have to also download this addition, means we don't have to download that. If we download IMB learn, like I'm telling you, we'll be getting oversampling and addition tag automatically download in your PyCharm text editor, or when you work with your Python files, it will be automatically download. But this shuffle is a tag which you have to download separately because it is not having any of the update version or latest version which you will be getting in future. But in this addition and oversampling, you will be getting a latest version of that. So because of that, we just want to download one of them, and then we can just update that in the future if we are getting new version. So simply I'll be going to my first file here, and I'll be defining a data in that. So here I'll be defining data, then I'll be just going and moving to this file and writing a data dot simply change into class, and when you've done with that things here, I'll be writing here like equal 1. Okay, so here I'll be defining one data, then I'll be moving to first file again. Simply now I'll be defining the same things here also, but it should be just different here. So shuffle tag here also, then I'll be coming here forward on, then just writing data, and data also dot class. Simply when you've done with that, so simply write class here. So it should be just same things which we are writing at the top, and I'll be changing it to 0. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving down enough and just writing here like produce, and here I'll be writing a produce a training set. So here I'll be writing produce a training set, and just I'll be moving forward and just writing that to like of 80%. So when you've done with that things there, then I'll be moving forward again and just writing that to like fraud. And just when you've done with that things there, I'll be writing that to like student. Then when you've done with that, just I'll be moving forward and writing 80% normal again. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving on here, and here I'll be writing transaction. So just here you have to come write transaction. So it is good. Now I'll be just moving underneath here, go to this addition.py file again, and here we are just getting a xtrain tag. So here I'll be writing xtrain equal, and simply if I move on, so don't care about this xtrain, it is not any of the tag, it is a thing which I am defining, like this fraud and normal I have defined. So you can also define that here, it is not any of the tag if you're thinking here. So here I'll be writing fraud sample, because here we are testing a sample credit card here, so because of that I'm writing sample. But if you are just working with original credit card, you have to write numbers and everything of that, then it will be work here. Then just I'll be coming here and I'll be writing that fraction of that, but here you have to write that in bracket. Then I'll be writing 0.8 simply. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving here, and you can see everything is perfect. So simply I'll be writing here also same thing which I'm writing at the top, and here I'll be writing pd dot concat. So just think about this which I am written here, it is a tag here, so it is a real tag, so I have to install that here by just going to terminal and writing pd dot concat, and it is also having updates version here which you have to work with. And we are just getting these things, but here we have to do one thing, we have to define this xtrain tag here also. Simply when we have to define 2 times, then it is work. You can see now the highlight which is just coming here at the second one xtrain, it is now gone because I have defined that like two locations here I have defined. So because of that is coming, I'll be simply moving to this file here. Okay, so this file also contain this, so here I'll be now writing comma normal, and here if I just move to my first file here, it is just containing normal sample. So here I'll be writing normal dot sample, and I'll be just moving on to this file here. Then I'll be writing fraction, and just I'll be writing equal to here also. Then here you have to just write to like 0.8. So simply when you've done with that thing there, I'll be just moving on this file, and then here I'll be just going here also, and then writing that to like dot axis, and just I'll be writing equal to, and just I'll be writing 0. So just I'll be writing that. Simply when you've done that, and you can see now there is not anything error like that. So these errors are coming in comments, so don't care about these comments. So comments is not a main thing which you have to just focus on. Then I'll be just moving in the down enough again. Then I'll be adding a addition which we have just writing at the top. So when you've done with that, so I'll be moving here also, and then I'll be defining a n jobs tag here. So here we have defined, so simply I'll be defining that to 3. So you can define many of the other jobs here if you are having in your credit card. Then I'll be just moving on here, define logger tag in that. Then I'll be just writing this dot here also. Then I'll be moving on this file, and I'll be testing that first of all. And here if it is giving error, so it will be just with the help of this tag, it will be showing the error which you are having in your file or your CSV file or your Python file. So it will be just given the error when you will be running that. Simply I'll be moving on here, and here I'll be writing ada.logger tag again. Just you have to install that logger tag by going to terminal, and like I've shown you, you can install that. And you can have to also install this ada, which you can also install with the same thing, pip install, which is that just command of Python from which you can install libraries or packages related to Python. Now simply I'll be going here and writing set level. Okay, because here now we have to just set the level of that. Simply I'll be making brackets here again. Then here I'll be writing logging dot, and just moving on this file here, and I'll be writing info. So you can see now we have just done with that things here. We are just getting more than enough things, and it is also not giving any error. But if you're having any queries or questions about that, you can ask me in the comment box, or you can also hashtag me on my email, or you can also contact me on my Instagram. I am just online with that also, so you can just contact me if you are having any queries or question, or I can also give any of the answer of your question which you will be asking. So it will be just really good for me to just answering that things. So till here I hope you understand that all things. Now we have to just run that by writing a print tag here, in which I'll be writing starting. So here I'll be writing that. So simply when you've done with that things here, I'll be coming underneath, then I'll be moving on in this file, writing data, and just when you've done that, I'll be moving on here also, and I'll be writing resampled. So you can see we have done that. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be writing data. Just when you've done that, I'll be moving on this file, and here I'll be writing data labels. So connect that here, and we have just done with that things there. So I'll be moving on this file here, and I'll be writing that to sampled, and here I'll be writing equal to simply, and just here I have to do one thing here, ada dot fit sample, like we have defined at the top. So you can also define your own tag here. You can define week, or you can also define month, or anything you can define here with the help of this fit. It is not any of the tag here, it is a like simple thing which I have defined, but this 88 is it is a tag like I've shown you at the top here. So I have to install that with the help of pip. So when you've done with that things here, simply I'll be writing this brackets and coming underneath here. Then I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be moving on here, means underneath this f I'll be just coming, and I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be writing npa dot array. So here I'll be writing np dot array. So when you've done that, just here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just moving on with that, and just I'll be writing x train here. So simply write that, and when you've done with that things here, I'll be moving on here and write dot ix, and just I'll be coming here also, and then writing here this, and just I'll be writing simple things like that, moving on this file here again, and here I'll be just coming and writing train tag here also simply. So we have just written that thing simply here. So now I'll be defining columns in that. So you can also define rows first of all if you define, but here I am first of all defining columns here because I am just comfortable with that. So here you have to just come and define this tags here which we have defined. Then I'll be moving on here writing class. So here I'm writing class here. Then simply when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be just writing comma, then I'll be coming underneath here. So simply I'll be coming here also, and I'll be writing same thing, but it should be just different in brackets here. So simply I'll be writing np.array, sorry, and it is a tag also which you have to download with the help of pip install, which is just installing many libraries and packages which you have to work with. Simply I'll be writing xtrain here also, and here we have written same tag. Then I'll be writing dot class simply. So here we have written that all things, and you can see we have just done with that. So when you've done with that all things, you have to do one thing here, like you have to just go to this file, and simply you can see we are just working with that. So when you've done with that here, so you have to do like close that. Okay, so now it is perfect because we have closed that, because we are getting one bracket at the top also. We have to also close that. If you don't do that, so you will be getting everything in this bracket. So here I'll be raising this one because now we are working with this bracket. So simply now you can see we are getting many things like that. So here I'll be coming simply, and then here I'll be doing one thing, like I will be also coming underneath also. Then I'll be writing print, and here I'll be writing that to like sampling. So here I'll be writing 3 dots here after that. So this 4, we have to write 3, and you can see we have to write pickling here. So just I'll be writing that pickling. So simply we have written that all things. Just if I move on here, and you can see it is perfect. So here I'll be coming writing with open, and I'll be moving on forward, and just if I just come here again, and I'll be writing that to like pickle, and here you can see it is perfect here. So I'll be just coming here writing train underscore data, and here we are getting these things simply again. Then I'll be writing like resampled, and here when you've done with that, so I'll be just moving on here, then write dot pkl here. So I'll be writing that, and here we have done that all things. And just if I move here also, and here you have to just write this, and I'll be moving on in this and just writing wb plus. So here we have done that. So I'll be simply doing one thing here, like I'll be writing as f, then I'll be just moving on this here and just writing here to pickle dot, and here when you've done that, so I'll be writing that to dump. It is a tag, so you have to also download that with the terminal. So simply I'll be moving on my first file again, not writing anything, just writing data resampled again, then just move on this file, write comma f. So when you've done with that things there, simply you have to do one thing, like I'll be moving on underneath, then writing with open, and here I'll be writing this sign here, and just moving on to this and writing that to like pickle, and here we have done that. So simply I'll be moving on this file, then writing train underscore data, and here we have done that. So here I'll be moving on, and then I'll be writing labels, and here we have done that. So I'll be just moving on this file here and writing resampled. So when you've done with that things there, I'll be just writing that and writing that to like dot pkl comma, and when you've done that, so I'll be not writing same thing like that, I'll be now writing wb plus here. So when you've done that, so I'll be just doing one thing here, like I'll be writing as f, and here I'll be just coming underneath again, and just I'll be writing that to pickle tag again dot, just I'll be changing the front things which I'll be writing that. So I'll be writing dump, then here I'll be changing that to data resampled again. So if I move on here, so here the things are different. So here I'll be writing labels resampled, then I'll be writing comma f. So now the things are same. You can see now it is perfect, so we can just move on with that. So if I do one thing here, like if I run this thing, so you can see there is given error here. Okay, so if I just go down enough and go to the top, so where is the error here? So if I just move on here, so the error is coming in app.py here simply. So I don't want these things there, so I'll be deleting all the things in app.py. So we are running app.py, but we have to run this file. So simply I'll be doing one thing, go to run and press this file here. So simply you can see there is coming like no module name pandas. So simply I'll be doing one thing, I'll be importing that again. So here you have to import pandas as pd. Okay, so here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just moving on here, writing pip install pandas, press enter now. And you can see now it will be take some time because here it is just having some of the like spaces. So because of that it takes some time to just install here. So you can see now it is successfully installed pandas. So if I just move here on, and here I'll be doing one thing, I'll be writing pandas. You can see now it is having an pd. So simply we are getting this thing, run it again, and you can see that then error is coming again, like there is not any of the file credit card .csv because it was just in desktop. So here I'll be moving on this file simply and go to run and go to detection here, and you can see now it is just given error here. So there is coming like that error. So if I just move on this file, okay, so it is asking to just not any of the file like that and file path or things like that, read. Okay, so the error is coming like that. But if I just move on to this, open my card.csv file, so just you have to wait, and here you can see now we are getting the data again like we want. But we have to also include some of the other things here, like we have to also include more things which we have to just do that. So take care about that also. So we will be doing that here. So you can see now we are getting many things which we want to get. So simply I'll be doing one thing, like this error will be coming again and again, so don't care about this error. We have to just focus on our work. So till here we have defined that all things. Now I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be just moving on forward on, then I'll be just coming here and then I'll be writing else, and here I'll be just doing one thing. First of all, I'll be not writing else here, then I'll be writing open equal, just write property, then here I'll be coming and then writing here like data resampled, and I'll be writing dot not, and when you've done with that, here I'll be writing return, and I'll be not writing that simply. So here when you've done with that all, just I'll be writing data resampled, and I'll be writing first of all labels here. I'll be not writing this. So simply when you've done that, you have to do one thing, like you have to just do nothing, just we have done with that thing. So here you have to do like press enter here also, so we can just move on another line. So when you've done with that, so simply I'll be now printing this open, so we can just print that in localhost, means in our terminal. So you can see now we are getting things like that. Simply I'll be changing this to like pro, okay, which is a short form of that. So I'll be raising now this thing. So I'll be coming here again, and here I'll be just changing this to like comments. I'll be writing that to like property is a tag from which you can define your, you can say, amount of your card. So you can say that. So here when you've done with that thing, you can just define your amount of your card which you are having that, and you can also define many other things in that, and it's really helpful tag which you can define, and it is also really much better tag which you have to define in that. So and if I just scroll down, means if I just come down, and you can see we are getting many other things inside a tag. Okay, so I'll be writing data labels now. So here I'll be writing data labels resampled. Okay, so I'll be writing resampled is a tag which helps you. Okay, so I'll be writing which helps you to just increase your amount. Okay, you can say increase, not increase your amount, increase your like you can say class. Okay, so I'll be writing class and number, but it's called serial number here, so it will be not coming in like in card which you are having. So when you've done with that, so I hope you understand what is property which we have written here, and what is data labels resample text. So simply I'll be saving here, and till here I hope you understand. Now when you've done with that all things, you have to do another thing, like till here I hope you understand that all things. Now we have just defined, and I hope you understand like what is this data labels resample tag and what is this property tag above that. And I hope till here you have also enjoyed this video, and if you are just enjoying, so please hit the like button till here, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and also hit the notification bell, which is really important to do, which and it will be also really helpful for you. So please do that all things, and you will be also just having many of the notifications of my video which I will be uploading. So you'll be just moving on with that. Now I hope you understand what is data labels resampled. Now we have to understand what is data resampled only, because you have to take care about this data labels resampled and data resampled have a big difference between them, because this contains a labels, and like you all know what labels means, which I have defined like data labels resampled is a tag which helps you to just increase your like class and serial number. It just increase your two things like class, this class and this serial number, but this like which I'll be defining underneath like data resampled, which only define one tag, means it only increase one thing here from here, and I'll be showing you what is will. So here I'll be writing like data resampled. So here I'll be writing is a tag which helps you, okay, so simply I'll be writing which helps you to increase, but it will be just increasing one thing, like it will be just helps you to just increase your class, and it's also increase means it will be only increasing class, but it is a one tag again which is just in class, means it will be also increasing some other thing, but the thing which I am just saying it is just coming in class, so it is not a different thing here which is defined. So here I'll be writing like which helps you to just increase your class, and I'll be also defining dump. So here this dump is a tag, like you can see at the top we have defined. So this dump defines the like class. So this dump and class is not having a big difference, because this dump also means like class. Just take care about like this dump is also a class, so don't, it is a big deal, like not it is a big deal to just increase that things. So simply when you've done with that things, here I'll be just moving on forward, and I'll be writing here like just here I'll be writing helps, here I'll be writing help you too. Okay, so now here till here I hope you understand. Now we have to just understand what is this pickle tag about. So if I add pickle, so here I'll be writing pickle is a not any of the tag, it is a import thing which we have to use for importing. Okay, so I'll be writing importing and pickling something. Okay, so I'll be writing pickling something. So this pickling means like it will be just pickle something here, like you all know about pickle, like what is that. So here like that it just helps you to just pickle anything in your data, means you can just means you can take anything from your data. Okay, so pickles means like you can take anything from your data or anything which you are defining, and from this pickle tag you can just take any of the data or anything which you have to take from your Excel sheet to your Python sheet, or if you want to take any of the data from your like pickling, if you want to just use pickling means if you want to just take the data from your Python file to Excel file, you can also do that, but you have to just do that in coding here, like because Python is a coding. But from Excel you can just import with the help of this pickle tag, which just contains many of the things here. So I hope you understand what this pickle tags means now. So here I'll be coming and I'll be making another comment of that. So simply I'll be going to top, and here now we have to just understand what is this like what is this now logging about. So if I just scroll down here, so here I'll be writing like logging is also import things. Okay, so this login is only an import thing which we have to use in data sciences project. So here you can say data sciences project. So here take care about that. This means this logging is not any of the like basic function or any of the like main function here. This logging contains many of the other function, because this logging works with every function and every projects of data science. But take care about that, it just only work with your data science project. If you are using this import logging in another project like in AI, artificial intelligence, or in another project of Python, means simple Python, so it will be not work, because it's only work within data sciences. So take care about that. You have to only use this logging in data sciences here, like I am using. So when you will be just using that, so it will be just containing this logging tag with data sciences, and it just connect that logging and it just import. We are just importing that, because here we have to just connect both things here. So just you can say like this logging just helps you to just connect both files here, Excel file and your Python file with that. So it is also having a big head to just connect, and when you will be connecting that, so you can do many things with these tags here: property, data labels, resample, data resample, and pickle, and many other tags which I'll be telling you here. So now till here I hope you understand that all things. Now it is really helpful tag logging which you have to also use, but it's only used like I'm telling you in data sciences project. Take care about that. It's not used in another project which we have to just work with. So till here I hope you're understanding that all things here. So here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be pressing enter simply. Here I'll be writing this hashtag going forward, and just I'll be going to up to see like what second import should be. So second import is this pandas. So this pandas is really like, you can say it is really famous tag of data sciences. If you know about data sciences and Python, so you have to also know about this pandas tag here. If you means some of the people know about this pandas tag, and many of the people I think know about this pandas tag. So if you know, so also comment me down, and if you don't have, or if you are having any queries about that, you can also talk me in the comment section. I'll be giving all the answer of your question which you'll be asking in comment box. Now you can see we are just getting pandas, so I'll be writing pandas is a import and simple tag which defines like you can say which defines data sciences project. So here I'll be writing data sciences project, and every data sciences project start. Okay, so I'll be writing simply start with pandas. So you can see simply I have written this thing. So I'll be going back, going to file, save all. So you can see we have just saved this thing there, and now I'll be just like telling you what is this pandas does. So this basically, this pandas means like it is an import tag, and it is a simple tag, means it is not having any of the basic or main function like this logging. It is only having a one function, like it's connect your two files here, but it's also do many other thing which we have to do in that. If you don't use pandas tag and use many other tag like this, so nothing happens. You have to use first of all pandas tag to just like import these things, means to enable these things. If you just don't use this pandas tag and just work with any other tag here, so everything will be disabled, means you'll be writing all the codes correct, so it will be giving an error and error again, because you have not import pandas, because it is a data sciences code, you can say, which helps you to just run your data sciences project. So it is a really important tag here. Pandas is really important tag. Take care about that. It is a really important tag in data sciences which you have to use in every data sciences project, or anything which you are using related to data sciences. So this pandas contains a tag. So take care about that. If you don't use this pandas tag, so everything should be disabled. It will be not run. So it will be just correct, but it will be not run at the local host, means at the console. If I run that again and again, pressing, so it will be not run here, because here it will be given error again and again, like you have not defined panda. So why you have to just running that? All the things should be disabled. So you have to first of all enable that things, then you have to just come here to just run your like you can say project in your localhost or console. So like that you can work with that things here. So simply now I hope you understand what this pandas that here, and I hope you all enjoy that also. So if I move forward, you can see I have written this every data sciences project start with pandas, because it is a tag, like I've told you. It just tell you like if you want to just start any of the data sciences project in Python, so you have to just use this pandas tag to just start that here. So take care about that. Now when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be moving on forward, and just I have to define another thing. So I'll be moving at the top here, and you can see we are just getting these things. So here now we have to define a tag which should be just like we have defined all the things. So we have to just now define numpy. So I'll be just scrolling down here. So I'll be writing numpy is also same tag like pandas, but okay, so I'll be writing but the difference. Okay, so simply add but the difference is that it's means it is not really important tag. Okay, so I'll be writing important tag which you have to use. So here I'll be writing which you have. So simply write that which you have to use here. So now the main thing about this numpy tag is like this numpy tag is not any of the important tag here, but it is an important tag. So you will be thinking like I am saying important also and not important. So important in the main projects, like I am working with this credit card fraud detection project, which is a really big project here. So we have to use numpy tag in that, because just it contains many things related to numpy tag. So here we have to use that. But if you are using like any of the small project, or if you're just working with any of the big projects. So some big projects not contain this numpy tag here, and every small project not contains this numpy tag, and every small project, big project, or any project related to data sciences contains this pandas tag, because like I've telling you, every project of data sciences start with pandas. This numpy is not any of the important tag here, but it is also having a big hand if you're using that in your project or anything, because it's also given the data and everything at the front end of your page. It's just having a one function to just use that, and you can also use that with the help of property tag which we have written. So I've written this property tag here. I can also use this numpy tag for that. I've written that. So if numpy tag is error, if numpy tag is just having any error at the top, so we can just automatically use this property tag to just like we can print that with the help of this property tag in localhost. So like because of that I'm using this property tag with this numpy tag, so there will be not any of the error for that. So you can see how simple is to use that thing. So you can also use that all things to just understand like what things are here and what things you have to just do that. So simply I'll be coming underneath here and just I'll be writing this tag here again, means this hashtag here. By pressing shift and 3 you will be getting that. So simply I'll be going to top. Now we have to just understand what is this sklearn tag. So this sklearn is not any of the like important tag here also. So here I'll be writing sklearn is also not a important tag, but it keeps importance in big projects, or you can say big projects and website which you are making in Python with, okay, so I'll be writing with Django or Flask. So this means like if you know about Python, okay, so we are working with Python, but I'm telling for them if you are beginner or if you don't know about Python, so here I'm telling for them like you, if you are knowing about Python and not know about this, so here you have to just first of all learn this Django and Flask to just move on Python. But first of all for that you have to learn Python, then move on to Django and Flask. If you are just professional Python and seeing my video, so just I hope you will know about Django and Flask, which is a like frameworks of this Python. Like HTML is a framework, means CSS is a framework of HTML. So like that, this Python also contains two frameworks which is called Django and Flask. So this thing sklearn, this sklearn is not any of the important tag also in NumPy, but it just helps you to just importance in big project like this NumPy. But this NumPy not keep any of the importance in website. This sklearn keeps importance in your big project also, and in your website which you are making with Python and Django, or with you if you are making with Python and Flask also. So this sklearn keep importance here. So you have to just use this sklearn tag in your websites or in your big projects of Python. Like this credit card fraud detection is a big project, so because of that I'm using this sklearn tag for that, this numpy tag, pandas tag, and every tag which I have defined in the previously. So like that you can work with, and it is also containing Django and Flask, which you can just learn if you don't know about that, because many of the other things and tutorials are just of Django and Flask. You can learn that, and I'll be also uploading Django and Flask tutorial, but I will be just uploading that in future. It will be just having a more than enough time to just upload that. So you can see we are just getting these things here, and till here I hope you understand that all. So simply you have to go to file and press save all button to just save that all things. So simply it will be just saved, and when you've done with that here, so here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be moving back and I will be just coming here also, and I'll be just going down enough, and you can see when you've done with that here, so here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just moving on underneath, and just I'll be writing that to like data. So first of all I'll be coming here, writing that to like data labels resembled equal, and then I'll be changing this to like here, first of all you have to write data, and then I'll be writing open with. So when you're done with that, I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be simply writing open with. I'll be not writing data here, open with, and you have to just do one thing here, like you have to define a location of that. So our file which we have defined here, so it was just in users, and I'll be defining my desktop name here. So simply I'll be defining desktop here, and I'll be writing credit means card.csv, which was our file name of Excel. So when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing here, I'll be closing that, then simply I'll be coming here also again, but here I'll be writing this means nothing. I'll be just coming here and just writing that to a tag which should be having return none. So like that I'll be writing. So you can see we have just written that things there, and when you've done that, just you have to do one thing, just go to file and press save all button to just save that things there. So you can see now we have just saved that all. So we have done with that things, and I hope till here you have understand that all and enjoy that all things. So when you've done with that all, just I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be just coming underneath again, and I'll be changing this to like I'll be changing that to logging. So here first of all I'll be writing here like logging, and here when you've done with that, so I'll be just moving on here, and just I'll be writing that to, first of all I'll be just coming here and writing here like label, and just you have to do one thing, come here also and then write open equal, and I'll be changing this to like width. And when you've done that all thing, just I'll be first of all erasing that things here because here I don't need that. Okay, so I think everything is now perfect. So if I just come here again, go to the top, and you can see till here we have defined. So here I'll be coming defining print, and here I'll be defining you have successfully put your data in your Excel .csv file. So it will be just given the command like that if it is just successfully done. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be going to top, and you can see it is also asking to just do that thing. So here I'll be doing one thing, like here I'll be just coming and writing that to data equal read dot csv, and then I'll be coming here and writing here like card dot csv. And here when you're done with that, so I'll be just coming here, and it will be not defining the location of that, it will be just reading the data and reading some of the amounts, class, serial number, time, date, everything it will be reading in our this card.csv file, and given the data which we have just insert in this Python file here. So simply when you've done with that things, here I'll be just moving on, then means I'll be coming underneath here, and when you've done with that, so I'll be just coming here also and then writing that to like a tag which should be just having read. So here I'll be writing like read.csv, and here I'll be reading the data. So simply I'll be writing reading data. So I'll be writing read.csv data. So when you've done with that here, and here we have also defined like data of card.csv file which we have defined at the top. So when you've done with that here, so I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here again, and I'll be now writing sklearn tag here, and then I'll be writing equal to read dot csv again, then here I'll be writing sklearn. So when you're done with that here, so it means like it will be defining the learn tag which we have defined at the top with the help of this sklearn tag, and it will be also reading our csv file which we have just make on desktop. You can see here it is. So I'll be just moving on simply on my file here of like this detection.py, and you can see we are just working with everything which we have to need. So here I'll be doing one thing now again, then I'll be going to top, and here I'll be coming and writing detection equal, then I'll be writing that to like data dot csv, and then you have to just write here like card dot csv. So here I'll be writing, so it means like it will be first of all detecting our data if it is having any error or it is good or not. So it will be just given with the help of this detection tag, like it is having error or it is good or not, it will be just given in our card.csv file which we have just make on desktop of Excel. Then when it is perfect, so it will be just put all the data on our screen which we are having in our Excel file, and it will be, you can also ask means you can say access your data in your Excel file by just going to your card.csv file. And if you want to just include anything or you want to just edit anything, you have to just go to your Python file, then you can do that. If you want to do that in Excel, so you can't do that, because we will be just doing one thing, like we'll be locking that file here from here, and with the help of this pickle tag we will be just doing that, because it just helps you to just means take anything from your Excel file data, and it also helps you to just take anything from your Excel file like log tag, means you can say graph, chart, or anything you can take from your Excel file or Python file also to just your Excel file. And you can see how useful is this pickle tag which you can just use. And this pickle is not like any of the, you can say it is not any of the like bad tag, it is a good tag which you can just use to just take anything or import anything from your file here. And it's also containing many of the other things which you can just use. So you can see how useful is that tag here. Like this sklearn and numpy is also a cool tag which you can just use here, and it's also a really good tag which you can just use. So simply when you've done with that here, so it will be just detecting data and everything which we have to just want with that. So we have done with that, so you have to do one thing for that. Here I'll be just coming here, then I'll be writing detect detect, and here I'll be writing that, and I'll be just writing the answer because then it will be given the answer. So I'll be writing yes, you are good to go. And if it is given error, so I'll be writing else, and here I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be coming, then I'll be writing detect, and I'll be writing that bad answer. So here I'll be simply coming here, and then I'll be moving back here, and I'll be just coming here also, but here I'll be writing detection, but it should be just detection like that because we have just already written at the top. So simply I'll be writing no, it is not good, you are having errors. So simply I'll be writing that thing. So when you've done with that, I'll be just doing one thing like I'll be coming here and I'll be going to top. So we are just getting these things. So here I'll be now writing like ada dot data, and I'll be writing that to like resampled. So when you've done that all thing, just I'll be doing one thing here like I'll be writing that to like C, and I'll be defining the locations of my file which I have just do. So here I'll be writing desktop, and I'll be doing one thing here like card.csv file which we have defined. So it just helps you to just like it will be telling you the data resampled which you are having at the end of your file which you are just containing, and it will be also telling you the data which you are containing in your file till at the last, which when you work with your project, or you can say your anything which you are working with data sciences. So you can see we have just done with that things now. So when you've done with that, I'll be simply coming here also, and then if I go to the top, and you can see we are just getting simply things like that. So simply I'll be going down enough, and it is just coming ada.data resampled. So we have just done with data resampled. So here I'll be doing one thing, I'll be coming here, then writing dot data, but I'll be now changing that to like label, and here I'll be writing that to like answer. So when you've done that, I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing that to card.csv again, because obviously we have defined our location, so we don't have to define again and again. And you can see with the help of that, it will be just given the label of that, and here I'll be writing rows, because like at the top I've shown you we have defined columns of that of our data label rows. Now we have to define, because obviously we have defined our card.csv columns at the top, so here we have to also define those, so we can just adjust our data or anything which we are making in our Excel file here. So you can see now till here, I hope you understand that all things. Now I'll be going to file, pressing save all button to just save that things which I have just worked with, and it is just ready to go. So you can just work with that thing which you are working with. So when you've done with that, you have to do one thing here, like I'll be just coming here again, and just I'll be writing that to like read, you can say. Then here I'll be writing that to like dot label. Okay, so I'll be writing underscore here, because if I write dot, so Python will thinking like you are writing a tag. So here I'll be writing ADA. Then here I'll be now defining a read label tag which I have to define. So here simply I'll be writing here like data underscore resampled. Okay, so you can say resampled only because we don't have to define. Okay, so it is again and again coming. So here define data resampled, and I'll be writing comma, and just I'll be writing data labels resampled. So now you can see it is perfect. So it means like it will be just reading our label, means it will be reading our data which we are having in our Excel, means our card.csv file which we have just written, and then it will be just resampling our data and just given labels, and means it labels means like it will be given the answer of like our data which we are just having till here, means you can just see everything like amount, time, date, and everything which you are having in your Excel file. So you can see how useful is that, which you can just use to just get any answer or anything like that. So simply when you've done with that things here, I'll be doing one thing like I'll be coming underneath also, and then I'll be changing this to like now I'll be writing CSV data, and here I'll be writing that to label add. So when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be writing that to resampled only. I'll be writing resampled, not any of the data resampled. Then I'll be writing data, and I'll be writing this tag, and only define, I'll be only defining labels. So when you've done that, so it means like it will be just means CSV means like our card.csv file. So I have to only define the CSV, because here we have to only define the format of our file which we are just having. You don't have to define whole of your file name here. So simply when you define your file format here, so you have to do like you have to define the data label which we have defined at the top. So here you have to only use the data label tag which we have used at the top, and you have to just add this resampled and data labels in that to just take that and it will be just printing our data at the final page which you are having. It will be also giving many other things which you are just having in that. So you can see how good looking is that. So simply go to file and press save all button to just save that all things. So it will be just saved here, so you can see that. So you can see now we have just done with that thing. Simply play here, and I hope you understand that all things now. So when you've done with that here, I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath here also, and then I'll be adding a label in that, and here I'll be writing like card, then I'll be writing that to like detection, and writing CSV in that again, and then I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be writing detect fraud, and here I'll be writing that to like error. So this tag means like it will be just given the label of your card. Detection means your card is, means you can say your card is sample or not, or it is original or not, or it is just containing any other name which you are just having. So it will be given all the things which you want like that. It will be also giving many of the other data which you want to just have your card detection which you want to just have. So it will be first of all given the label of your card detection. So it means like it will be given the name, place, and whose card is, and the number of that at the front of, and you have to define, then it will be given the CSV, means it will be defined all the things in CSV file here, because we want all the things in our card.csv file. So here I have only defined format of that. Like I've telling you, we don't have to define whole of the file name here, we have to only define our file format. So like that I have defined my file format. Then here it will be just, now in that bracket I have written these three things, because first of all it will be detecting like we are having any problem or not, then it will be detecting fraud. So this fraud means like if like any hacker comes or just hack, if you want to just, if it hacks your account and just take all the money from your account, and your account is like not having any of the money, so it will be just immediately just confirming you, means it will be just contacting you, giving information to you like that thing is gone. Then it will be just telling you like your account is having a fraud detection. In that means anyone is just coming and detecting your money and taking that in an here account. So because of that, then it will be asking. Then this error means like it will be given like if you just make this detection, means this fraud card, credit card fraud detection, it will be given the error of that, like if you're having any error or if it is good or not. So it will be telling these things here. So you can see how helpful is that to just, you can just use that to just take that thing. So you can see how useful is that, which you can just use. So till here I hope you understand that all things. Now simply I'll be going to file, and I'll be pressing a save all button here. So now it is good, so we can just do that here. So when you've done with that here, so I'll be doing one thing now. Here I will be just coming underneath again, and just when you've done with that here, I'll be now writing that to like data, but I'll be now changing this to like, here I'll be writing that CSV now. Then I'll be writing that to another thing which should be just like label, and I'll be writing that to like answer, and I'll be writing that to resampled. And when you've done that, I'll be doing one thing here, like I'll be just moving on here, and then I'll be changing that to like uh, just write here labels. So write label only, not labels you have to write. Then you have to just write here like data, and write comma again, and just write here sampled. So this means like it will be first of all collecting the data which you are having in your file. It will be just first of all, then we are defining our CSV format, because that thing which we are defining at the top, we want all the things in our CSV file of card.csv. Then it will be defining our label of our file, means what things we are getting in our data which we have just extract, or we can say import or export. Then it will be also given the answer of your file which you are having at the end, means answer means like it will be having the end data which you are having in the end of your file, and many other thing which you have to just contain. And it will be also containing some of the other thing which you will be needing to work with that all, and it is really helpful thing which you have to work with. And you can see how good looking is that. Then it will be just resampling data and giving the label of that, data of that, and the sample of that which we will be getting, means it will be just given the label, it will be given the end answer what will be coming at the end when we just extracting our data. Then it will be also given like data which will be coming in the end, and sampling our things which we will be just including in that at the like here, so which we have just included in previously. So it will be given all the things there. So you can see how useful is this tag. So you can just use many other tags to work with here, and here you can see, so we have done with that. So simply I'll be going to file and pressing save all button. So here till here I hope you understand that all things. And when you've done with that thing, you have to do another thing like, So now till here, I hope you understand that all things, and I hope you understand like what is the data CSV means and label, answer, and resampling. And in the end, we are also labeling our data, and we are also getting data sampled things. The last thing you have to do, one thing you have to just printing these things which we are getting, so we can just getting our answer in our terminal, or we can say console. So I'll be printing that by writing print, and first of all I'll be printing property here. So from this property tag you will be printing everything which you are having, because like I'm telling you, this property tag is like numpy tag which we have defined here, because these both tags are same. I am just defining that if numpy contains any error, so property will be just apply automatically on that, and then it will be not giving any error or any things like that. So that you can work with. So now simply you have to do one thing, you have to just save that, and you have to just go to your CSV file which you have just added in your desktop, or you can say on your any file which you are working with. So take care about that. You have to just save your file which you are working with of your data sciences with the same location where you have to save your Excel file. So just take care about the locations, because this locations also matter if you are working with, and these are also the things which you have to just take care about. Then I'll be going to file, save all, like we have pressed, and everything is perfect. So you can just open your card.csv file to just work with here. Open, and you can see now it has been opened, and we are getting all the data which we have to just contain. We are getting first of all, like we are getting time, v1, v2, v3, v4, v5, and many other which we have defined. So this is a sample credit card which I have defined. So you can also define your original card, but like I'm telling you, you have to define your original card when you are just professional in that work, or if you know about data sciences or Python, then you can just work with your original one. But if you are beginner, so my opinion is to just use the fraud detection, means use a not sample use sample credit card with just coming with Python, so it will be also not given any of the error or things like that when you will be working with. So here take care about that things, and take care about the amount, and you can see we are getting it. If I go to the top, we are getting v1 means amount of that, time of that which we contain. So here time is not coming here, because here nothing is happening in my account, so because of that nothing comes. But if it is happening anything in your account, it will be given. So you can see it is given the amount of that, like how much amount it will be just getting less in data day by day. And it will be also given the class is 0, because nothing happens in my account, like I've telling you. And this data contains many of the files. You can see it is containing many of the 1,000 files. You can see that, and it's also really helpful tag, so you can see how many of the files it's containing. So like that you can just work with, and simply have to do one thing, like you can just save that all things simply here to just work with that. So like I'm telling you, you have to define that all things in the same location to work with. Refresh that, and you have to go to your PyCharm text editor, go to your file, and run that by pressing run button. It will be take some time, because it is just heavy, you can say heavy project, so because of that will take some time to just run. So like I'm telling you, you don't care about this error, just move on, and you can see there is coming loading credit card.csv, and just run that automatically in that. So then it will be just running. So till here we have just made, and I hope you enjoy, like and I hope you understand how to build one credit card fraud detection project in Python. And I hope you also enjoy this project, like a jungle previous project of Python. So like I'm telling you, these projects of data sciences should be just really big enough, but don't care about that. We'll be covering up really much if we want to, and I'll be trying my best to covering up many of the data sciences project in future also. And I hope you'll be enjoyed that also, like you have enjoyed my this one, like credit card fraud detection, which is our first data sciences project which we are working with. So just practice at all things we are working with, and I hope you'll be a good programmer of that. So just I'll be meeting you in next project. So for today, goodbye.